jump right into it. I'm gonna put my glasses on. We're gonna talk about. This is like a 2-week webinar structure. So first thing we're gonna talk about the road to consistency, like the thing that we're all going through right now. Next week or in 2 weeks from now, we're gonna talk about the tools that you actually need and tools that I'm actually using in order for me to get to where I am and how I stay consistent with my work. And I'm just gonna do some things here in the back before I move on. Give me a hot second, everyone. It's not easy to host a webinar and be a moderator at the same time. Give me a second here. Gonna turn some things off. But so we're gonna talk about consistency and being consistent. So I want to hear just real quick, like what is the definition? Now I don't want to hear the definition of consistency, but I want to hear what does it mean to you? What is the feeling that triggers when you hear the word consistency? What's the feeling that you hear? What's the feeling that you feel when you hear the word consistency? Tell me in the chat. Here we go. We have living in line with one's purpose every day. Doing the same thing on routine. Work is consistency. Got it. We also have the feeling that that it's automated, a habit that happens no matter what. Success. So all of these are very powerful words, right? But if we really break down consistency and just look at the definition of it, the definition of consistency is because it comes from the word constant or consistent, sorry, it comes from the words consistent, and it means that something that's marked by harmony, regularity, and steady continuity, free from variations and contradictions. And I just want to hear, like, I really want to, we all take a moment to really hear that, the free from variations and free from contradictions, like you're not contradicting yourself, because the road to consistency is a road that very few people dare to travel on. Very few of us have the word is not audacity that I'm searching for, but a lot of us have the belief, very few of us have the belief in ourselves to actually believe that we can travel down this road. So first of all, I want you to give yourself an internal high five. I want to give yourself an internal high five for yourself that is like, good job, champ lady, good job, champ. I'm here, I'm about to enter this road of consistency. But there is one thing we all need to truly understand in order for us to move down this road and travel down this road together. So if I'm driving the car right now and you're sitting in the passenger seat or you're sitting shotgun, we need to be aware of these things together, all right? And the first thing we need to understand is that what you tolerate will remain. That whatever you in your life tolerate will remain. And you need to really take into account and accept the fact that you are the sum of every decision that you made in your life until this point. You are the exact sum of all the decisions that you made in your life up until this point. And when you own that, and when you really understand that, that's when things starts to happen. All right? Because when you own it, one second everyone, sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. When you really own it, when you own something, that means that you dealt with it. You can then put it in a backpack and you own it. And then from there, you can do exactly what you want with it. You can create distance from it. You can carry it on with you. You can take control over it because you own it. You can give it away to somebody else. But not acting on whatever is going on in your life, not acting on it is also an act. All right? Not acting on it, it's also an act. And when you take ownership of it, when you take ownership of something, and you own that to the fullest of your capabilities, you own that you are in complete control of the outcome of your life, that's when things starts to happen. If we can't agree that you own and that you are in complete control of whatever is happening in your life from this moment forward, we're not going to come a long way together on this road. It's not going to be a nice ride. It's not going to be a nice ride in this the Be Fit and Sensual bus that we're driving down the road to consistency. All right? Nothing here will make sense that I'm saying unless we establish just this. We need to own that. We need to own the situations we are. So take a moment here and look around you. Take a moment here and look around wherever you are standing right now, whatever you are feeling, whatever you're seeing, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're seeing, it's yours. You need to own that on a like I said, on a philosophical level almost. All right? Because what you tolerate will remain. Okay? Am I making any sense right now? Like, give me some thumbs up. Give me some thumbs up if I'm making sense. Just everybody is here with me. This is not your regular webinar where I'm only talking, but at the moment I'm making sense. Perfect. And because consistency, what it all comes down to, it all comes down to results. You want to put in consistent effort in order to get something, and that something is result. If that's whatever, fat loss, muscle gain, happier relationship, better footwork in salsa, become a better person, whatever it is, right? Consistency is all about results, and results is all about consistent, calculated actions. And there is no results without consistent, calculated actions. Consistency is all about results, and results is all about actions. And there is no results without consistent, calculated actions. Because, like I said earlier, not acting is also an act. And procrastination and not doing what you're supposed to be doing, I swear to you, I used to be a master procrastinator. Like I used to carry a black belt in procrastination, you know, 3rd degree black belt, not just basic person black belt. Like I was like pushing master level type of thing, right? And trust me, if I took actions on the things that I wanted to do already back then, this movement would have been way over there already. All right? But there's no more perfect time than right now. So we just got to accept that right now is the best time. But it takes equally as much time, equally as much energy from you. Procrastinating, beating yourself up over procrastinating, beating yourself up over the fact that you're not living up to the fullest of your potential, beating yourself up that you are not pushing the ball forward, you're not taking consistent action. So, if you want consistent result, you need to put in consistent, calculated actions. Massive actions gives you massive results. And what do you want to be, what do you want consistent action in? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know what is the one thing, or many things maybe, that you want consistent results in. Because then we know that you're going to put in consistent actions. I'm reading self-care. I'm reading the word. Let me see. What more do I got? What more do I got? Give it to me. What is the one thing that you are going to put in consistent action in, consistent work in? Self-care, nutrition, enough sleep. All these are your basics. All these are your basics. Sleep. Self-help. Perfect. Mental health. Physical fitness. Beautiful. What you tolerate will remain. What you tolerate will remain. And now we are in this bus. We are in this bus together. We're gonna drive down this road. I'm the chauffeur today. It's like, you know, I'm talking to you guys in everybody get in the bus, but this is a special bus. It's almost like an airplane. So I got my own microphone and I'm communicating with you guys. So I'm looking back and I'm letting everybody know what's happening. This is the Coach Sebastian tour. We're on this bus together and I'm letting you know. This is the road to consistency. But the road to consistency is, let's start with what it won't be. This is not going to be fun. That's the first thing. This is not going to be easy. This won't be an enjoyable ride for most of you. This will not be comfortable. It might get lonely, but I'm promising you, by the end of this road, it will be worth it. Alright? I'm promising you, by the end of this road, it will be worth it. Let me see how many people that just dropped. Let me see how many people that just left the ride. How many people just want to return their tickets? Like, fuck it! I didn't sign up for this shit! I'm out! Alright, so we're in this road. I want everybody to visualize we're traveling down this road together. And the road to consistency, again, I told you, Jesus Christ. Is this the first time my phone, or the second time my phone is calling ever? It's my cousin. I apologize. My cousin is 12. I love her to death. But she has a tendency to call me when things are not.
It's the second time actually.
Second time. This time. I apologize. Everyone. Either way, we're in this road. We're driving down the road to consistency. But that road is filled with warning signs. Everywhere we're driving down together, it's filled with warning signs. And these warning signs, they're just big red warning signs that are blinking. They're blinking, and these are your doubts. These are your doubts, and these are the insecurities that other people have portrayed upon you. These are the things that people are telling you not to do. These are things that people are pushing that you should not be doing. You shouldn't open a dance school. Who are you to open a dance school? You shouldn't become a professional dancer. Who are you to do that? You shouldn't be a leader. You're a woman. You shouldn't be filling the blanks. That's what you're going to meet on the road to consistency. It comes down to you versus yourself in order for you to overcome this obstacle. In order for you to jump over this little thing, it's like, no, I'm not going to listen to that shit. It's me versus myself. That's what it all comes down to. That's what it all comes down to. Do you know how many doctors that I met during my years that told me that I would never be able to become a professional dancer because of my knee? I had 2 knee surgeries. I had 4 different doctors telling me, you know what? You should not be a professional dancer. You should change your career. But that's not how this story ends. Because if it has to be, it comes down to me. If it has to be, it comes down to me. That's a brighter downer. That's a brighter downer. It's you versus yourself. Because it has to be, It comes down to me. And when we keep driving, we drive a little bit more forward, we keep going down, we took a left turn, we're still driving on the road to consistency, and there is a speed bump. There will be tons of different speed bumps along the way. Not only speed bumps, it's like, it's holes in the ground along the way. And you know that you are the only one in this road, in this life. You are the only person that decides that whatever is happening to you right now is a failure or a lesson. You're the only person. You are the only person. Who has the credit to his or her name to say that you have failed? Who has the credit to tell you that? Who has the credit in his or her name to say that, you know what, Elika, you failed. You know what, Nanda, you're a failure. You know what, Elena, you're a failure. Like, who is that person? Because if it has to be, it comes down to me. So it's you versus yourself in this. Because you don't see my vision, it's my vision, and it's my vision for a reason. It's okay if you don't see it. I don't see your vision. That's completely fine. But it's my vision up here. Alright? And I spoke to a student the other day, right? I spoke to one of my students the other day. I love her to death. I love this person to death. And she's been going through some tough shit. And just a really inspiring person. Really inspiring person. And she says, like, you know what, Sebastian, I feel so happy right now. Like, I never want this to stop. Like, this, what I'm feeling right now, I never want this shit to stop. But as much as I love this person, you know I'm Coach Sebastian. So I'm gonna be there with you in the wins, but I need to give it to you straight. No filter. So I told her, like, listen, champ lady, I'm gonna tell you right now that things will not be like this. Things will not be like this forever. I can guarantee you right now that if you start on the road on the road to consistency, it's 100% chance that you will fall off track. I'm promising you right now that whatever goal you got in your mind, it's a 10,000% chance that you will fall off track at some point. Perfect. Congratulations. Then we know what not to do. But like we established earlier, it's only failure if you make it become a failure. But it's also a really valuable lesson. And when you're falling off track, don't even worry about it. It's accounted for. It's accounted for because it's a calculated risk. When I say to myself, like, one of the things that I do is that I train 5 days a week. That's what I do. I train 5 days a week, regardless of what's happening. You think I hold that? You think I do that every week of the year, 24/7? Really? Do you think that I say, like, I want to drink a gallon of water a day? That's what I do. You legit think I do that every day of the week? Really? Every day of the week? 365? You know what I mean? But it's okay. Because it's accounted for. It's accounted for. It's alright. Like, I already had that calculated. It's already part of my calculation. Because I know I will fall off track. Daniel, I know you're right. Bro, I'm trying to be humble right now. Daniel is saying, yeah, but you're Coach Sebastian. I know I'm perfect. Don't worry about it. I'm a 10 of a 10. When my girlfriend is next to me, I'm no longer a 10. I'm a fucking 12. But I'm trying to be humble right now. Alright? I'm trying to be humble. But this makes sense, right? Like, these things should be accounted for. Like, this shouldn't be like, fuck, I missed, I fell off track. It's like, no, my life is hard. No, it's not. It's accounted for. Don't worry about it. We all fail. we all fall off track. It's not failure. We all fall off track now. Get your ass back on the horse and let's move forward. Like, enough with this. And you know you're driving your car. You know you're driving your car and you're following a GPS, right? You're following GPS and then all of a sudden, boom, your GPS shuts down. And it's like, wait, what the fuck just happened? My cousin called me, my GPS is no longer working. And these are times that will come also. When we are sitting in this bus together, there will be times where you no longer, your GPS is not working. Those times will come. There will be times where you feel so lost. I'm promising you. There will be times on the road to consistency. You will feel so fucking lost at sometimes. There's like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? It will feel like everything you're doing is for nothing. But be aware of that. Be aware of that, and it's okay to feel like that. But you know what's not okay? Not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. Staying disciplined is how you prove to yourself that you're worthy. Discipline means doing what you're supposed to be doing when you're supposed to be doing it, regardless if you feel like it or not. The short-term suffering that I'm feeling right now, I couldn't care less about it. Because I know that the long-term pleasure is so much sweeter than what I'm feeling right now. This little discomfort has nothing to do with what's going to happen over there. Alright? So you will feel lost. You will feel lost as shit sometimes. But your GPS will sooner or later just take you right back. Take you right back on track. Don't worry about it. Just stay patient. Keep on pushing forward, because the compound effect of your actions will all add up. The compound effect of your action will all add up. I spoke to a student a few weeks ago. She told me, she's like, Sebastian, last week was so tough for me. Last week was so tough for me. I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? Like, we're doing all the workouts. You're like, we're training. You're drinking your gallon of water a day. You're reading. You're meditating. What's going on? And she told me, she's like, I'm not losing weight. I'm not losing weight. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I keep doing my workouts. I keep doing this. I just don't know what it is. So I'm like, okay, don't worry about it. We had a conversation back and forth. We speak regularly on the phone. Then the other week, the week after, so I told her a matrix. It's like, if you're training, there is some science that's stating that if you're doing good, if you're like following and everything is good with you, your thyroid's on point and everything, there is science stating that you can lose like 0.5 to a pound of body weight per week, right? Okay, then we get on another call the week after, and I tell her, like, yo, Champ Lady, what's going on? How are you doing? She's like, I feel amazing. I'm like, okay, wow, what happened? She's like, I lost 3 pounds in 1 week. Like, from not losing any weight, from doing anything, and I'm from not changing anything in her diet, nothing, continuously doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. 1 week is just boom. It just clicked for her, just clicked for her body. And I asked her, what have you changed? She's like, nothing. I just kept on doing what you told me. So it's like, if you walk all the way here, but the finish line is here, but you don't know where the finish line is. You don't know what the finish line is. So it's like, you legit tell me that you're gonna walk through all of this shit that you've been going through in your life. You've been going through so many tough times, so much obstacles. You've been carrying such a heavy backpack while walking. And now you decide it's not enough. Now you decide, like, I'm not gonna walk on this road level. Like, you walked all that way. You walked so far. Now is not the time to stop. Now is not the time to stop just because your GPS is not working. you keep on moving, regardless. Because the compound effects of your action will all pay off at some point. And we keep on driving. Coach Sebastian's driving, you know what I mean? I'm probably playing some reggae music in the speakers. All of you guys are listening, head bumping, you know what I mean? Maybe playing some 90s hip hop even. Maybe even playing some 90s hip hop, you know what I mean? Playing some, I don't know, maybe salt and pepper, you know what I mean? Everybody good, everybody enjoying. All of a sudden I hit the brake. Everybody, you see Daniel, his head is this. Half of the crowd is getting whiplash. What happened? A hitchhiker. On the road to consistency, you will find hitchhikers. Tons of them. Tons of hitchhikers. People that's gonna get in your car and take your seat and gonna try to drive the car even. They're gonna tell you what road to drive on. They're gonna tell you which gear to put in. They're gonna start like fucking with the music. They're gonna start playing the music in your radio, controlling the music in your life. But you gotta be proactive here. You cannot. You're driving the car. You're driving your own car. You can't be reacting to all of the things that are happening outside. All of the hitchhikers that are gonna trying to get in your way, trying to take your spot, trying to control your life. So you need to take a serious look around you. You need to take a serious look around you. Look to your left, look to your right, look in your phone. Look at the 10 last people that you've picked up, the 10 last hitchhikers in your life. Are they fueling your fire or are they pissing on your fire? Are you the hitchhiker in somebody else's life? Are you the star of your own movie or are you starring another person's movie? Are you the star of your own movie? Or are you starring another person's movie? Or maybe you're not even starring another person's movie. Maybe you're just a feature. You know, you're a sidekick. And some of you might be happy with that. That's completely up to you. But most of us, when we see a hitchhiker, they just take space. They just set up shop in our mind. So most of us need to, when we're traveling down the road to consistency, it's very important for us that we have the courage to say no. We have to have the courage to say no. I want you guys type 1 in the chat if you are a hitchhiker in somebody else's life. Type 2 in the chat if you're getting rid of, if you're contemplating of kicking some hitchhikers out of your car right now. If you're gonna pick up your phone, it's like out, leave. It's important. It's important to shake yourself. It's important to shake yourself. Some of us are like me and Yulia, you know? We're hitchhiking ourselves every now and then. It's like that voice you hear in your mind, you know, it's like that voice. I always tell people, it's like, most of us hear 2 voices. When I see a Snickers bar, I hear 2 voices. It's like, eat it, eat it, don't even think about it. And then I hear the other one saying like, you don't deserve it, don't eat it. And then I have a third voice that is just like, that's just sitting on the throne, and it's just like, look at these stupid voices, like what are they talking about? So most of us have 2 voices in our head, because everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everybody knows what I'm talking about these 2 voices. But I no longer hear 2. All of a sudden I started hearing a third voice. It was like, I don't know, spoke with an accent and everything. I don't even know where that guy came from. We're driving down, you know, we're not done. We're not done. We're gonna keep driving down this road, but at some point when you're driving down the road to consistency, you gotta understand what is fueling you. You gotta understand what type of gasoline you're about to put in this car. Like, what type of engine do you got? Like, what are you an introvert that gets energy from being alone, or are you an extrovert that gets energy from spending time with people and just being, you know, filled of everything? And then comes the more important questions. Are you using your introvert personality as an excuse for not taking action? Because that's one of my favorite excuses. That's one of my personal favorite excuses that I hear. But what about this one? You know, Coach Sebastian, my thing is that I'm a perfectionist. No. Your thing is that you're not taking action. And you're using your perfectionism as an excuse, as an out. You're using your perfectionism right now as an excuse for not taking action. And that's not okay. I mean, it's okay, you do what you want, but just be aware that you're lying to yourself. That's not the truth. That's completely fine. Unless you want results, you know what I mean? Like unless you want results. If you actually want results here, we gotta deal with that shit. Because why it's so important to understand what drives you, what fuels you when nobody else is watching, what makes you get up in the morning, what you do in private, you get awarded for in public. That's what it is. Like what you do in private when nobody's watching. That's what matters. Nobody gives a shit about the things you're doing. Like results doesn't give a shit about the things you put on Instagram. If I would have go up on the roof, now it's lockdown, so there is no gym at the moment, but if I would have gone up on the roof where I do my workouts, I take some training clothes on, I do 5 jumps, stop recording. I do 5 push-ups, stop recording. If that was the case, I wouldn't be walking around with this Greek god-looking type of physique that I'm carrying right now. You wouldn't be looking at a light Black Panther, would you? I'm not sure you would be looking at a Swedish Cape Verdean version of the Hulk, if that would be the case. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Sorry, Luce, I'm gonna stop right now. But you get my point. Right? Enough with the jokes. You get my point here. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the things, and you got to know what fuels you. Because when you are lost, when you don't get the GPS, you will feel so lost. You need to know what fuels you. It's so important. There's no other way to get around this at some point. And you also need to know you need to know what to put in the tank. And you also need to know where do you go to put that in the tank. Where is your gas station? Where is your shield spot? I need to go down to the ocean every once in a while. I need to go down to the ocean. I don't want nobody with me. If I see a fisherman and he's standing next to me, he's fucking up my vibe. Like, go away. I don't want to see you. You and only you know exactly who you are. And you got to make friends with that. The good and the bad. I'm a mix, I'm not an introvert or extrovert, like I'm a flexovert. I'm in between. I know I need my alone time. I know I need my alone time. I remember 2 years ago on Be Fit Essential, the festival that we were having. We had it for 3 years. Then COVID happened, right? and you're on. Like you're on. I'm so on. I'm so constantly on, and I love it. I love it. I'm on stage. I'm hosting. I'm dancing. I'm partying. I sleep 4 hours every night during Be Fit Essential. 4 nights in a row. So 4 nights I sleep 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours. Just like on. I do show, workshop. I host the whole thing. I'm me, so I talk to everyone. You know what I mean? I'm that guy at that moment. I love it. But at some point, I need to take a step back. The first thing I do when I'm done with Be Fit Essential, the following week, I'm out. 2 to 3 weeks of vacation. Don't call me. I'm hiding. I'm in Cape Verde. I'm in Cape Verde, or I'm in Ibiza, or nobody knows where I am. I don't exist. And I need that to fuel me. And sometimes you got to know that what some of us calls a sheet, it's okay. It's okay to cheat if that gets you over the finish line. It's okay to give your car a little extra push if it gets you over the finish line. It's okay to give yourself instant gratification if it gets you off the finish line. I remember in Be Fit Essential, the festival 2018, it's me and David. Again, I sleep nothing. Like if you're an organizer, you know what I'm talking about. 380 people, it's chaos. Like it's me, I'm the organizer, I'm the host, I'm the show, and the workshop, everything. And me and David, we go outside, and I'm like, we go into a store straight over. And this is a true story. This is a true story. I wish. Well, David, I always want to unmute David. And he's saying is like, we're going to the store, we're gonna buy water, and you know my kryptonite by now. It's a fucking Snickers bar is in front of me. What can I say? You know what I'm about to do. I don't hesitate for a second. And I'm Mr. Be Fit Essential at this moment. You know what I mean? It's my festival. We're on Saturday with 3 days in. I don't hesitate for a second. I buy the Snicker bar. I go out. I eat it. I'm so satisfied. I eat it. I get so much energy all of a sudden. And then like a group of people are passing by. They just look at me and they say, Be Fit Essential, huh? And I'm there standing with a chocolate in my mouth, looking all ripped. And I was so tired, so I didn't explain it to them. But it's like, if I don't eat this chocolate, this festival will not continue. So if it gets you over the finish line, if it gets you over where you want to go, do it. Sometimes. Am I making any sense right now? Am I making any sense? Give me some thumbs up for me here. Come on, give me some thumbs up. Give me some love right now. Give me some love. Give me some thumbs up. Yeah? Give me something. Everybody stand up and do some stretches with me. Everybody. Stretch yourself a little bit. Do some yoga. Alright, what do we got here? What do we got? Let me check the chat real quick before I push forward. You went too far with the Hulk, maybe Iron Man or Thor. Come on, let me live a little. Come on. Zane, the problem is that I don't stop on one. Hey? Somebody unmuted? Somebody want to say something? Okay.
That was probably me, Sebastian.
Okay. Gaurav is saying that the problem is that I don't stop with one Snickers bar. Why is that? Where are you? Where are you, my friend? Why I don't see your camera? Okay, if you pop up, you let me know. We will address it. Okay, familia. We're gonna push on forward. The next thing I wanted to say, I think, and it goes back to what I think it might actually be what Gaurav, I hope I pronounced your name right, is addressing. Because like no matter what's happening in your life, you get the results that you are accepting. You get the results that you are accepting. And we're gonna dive into these things. I'm gonna do my best to hold this under an hour, but I can say right now that I probably won't. This will probably take an hour 15, probably ending a little bit over the time. And these are the 5 ways that I use to stay consistent in my actions. And I think this will give clarity. Because these things that I'm gonna give you right now is how I navigate in a world that's just filled with endless stop signs, endless roadblocks, endless detours. So the first thing, before I commit to anything, and I know I'm going to be consistent in this, is that I want to be very clear with what I do. Be very clear with what you do. And I'm not talking about your movie ending, I'm not talking about your mission, I'm not talking about your why. But what is the thing that you do? And what's your role in that? And make these things that you do a non-negotiable. I lead people to the next level. That's what I do. I train minimum 5 days a week. Regardless if I'm injured. I remember doing my second knee surgery coming home from the hospital. I trained the same hour I got home. Not because it's obsessive, but because that's what I need to do to get over the finish line. That's what I do. I get the end results. That's what I do. What is the thing that you do? And be very clear on that. And then it comes down to discipline. I talk about this a lot, but it's not just discipline. Is that I collect just enough discipline. I collect just enough discipline to choose the right habit. So you collect discipline, but just enough discipline to establish that one habit. Right? So you will look disciplined. You will look disciplined from the inside out. But what you really got is selective discipline. Did that make sense? So the key to discipline is to choose the right habit, then collect just enough discipline to establish that one selected habit. And one way to do that is to use habit stacking, and we're gonna talk about this in a few weeks in next webinar. We're gonna talk about the actual tools. You got habit stacking. You got you increase friction on the things you don't want. You decrease friction in the things that you do want. But collect just enough discipline. Don't look at your goal. Don't look at the end destination and say, Jesus Christ, this is what I want 2 years from now. I need to collect right now. I need to collect all the discipline to take me over there. Know where you want to go. Know your destination. Then collect just enough discipline to take one step. Then collect just enough discipline to take one more step. Just enough discipline to not eat that Snickers bar. Just enough discipline to wake up a little bit earlier. Just enough discipline to keep training. Just enough discipline to do that last repetition that you know you got energy inside of you. Alright? The third thing is set a goal, but set a goal worth going for. Set a goal that is worthy of your time. Because it's your time. It's your time we're talking about here. Like, set a goal that is worthy of you investing your time and energy into it. Like, it's not money we're talking about. We're talking about time right now. Like, money, you can get new money. You can have old money, you can get new money. But time, it's like you don't get that shit back. Like, you just don't. And we all have the same 24 hours, right? Like, we all have the same amount of, most of us work the same amount of time during 1 week, right? Like, at least most of us do. Like, most of us eat the same amount of meals. But then how come that somebody's just out there crushing their goals? Like, some of them is like exceeding way beyond what anybody ever thought would be possible. And then some of us are still stuck in this box. Like, it's an imaginary box that we live inside of. Because there is no box. Like, what? I don't live in a box. Me, I don't live in a box. For sure I don't. I don't know who put you inside of a box if you see some walls, but I live on a cloud. So set a goal worthy of your time. Because what I'm running over is, again, is I use this way to stay consistent in my action. If that goal is worthy of my time, it's going to take away friction. It's going to take away friction. It's not going to be like, why am I doing this? That's why I say my health goal is I train 5 days a week. That's what I do. I don't say that my health goal is to have a six-pack or have biceps, like whatever, because that's the effect. That's the effect. I know that if I train consistently with the knowledge I know 5 days a week, I'm gonna get that as an effect. But it's not the cost. The cost is bigger than this. The cost is to be able to inspire others, to be able to lead people forward, to be able to live to my fullest potential, to be able to exceed my expectations that I got over myself. And to look good naked. It's important. But like, your goal, my point is that your goals need to inspire you. Like, your goals need to inspire you. My goal is to reach, if I don't surpass 100 years old, I'm gonna be so disappointed. I'll be so disappointed. If I don't pass 100, like, that would suck. Like, that would be so sad. And then the fourth thing I want to run over is that you got to respect the process. No road worthy walking on is an easy road. Any person can drive down the highway. Any person can drive down the highway, but the highway, that road is for the average woman. If you're listening to me, there's no chance on the planet you're planning to be average. There's no chance on the planet that you decided to get on a webinar with me if you're planning to stay average. There's like, if you want to get to, a highway, it will take you to a new city. Congratulations. Wow, good job. You came to a new city. Fantastic. But inside of that city, nobody told you, but they have a waterfall that is, filled with gold and shit. But to come to that waterfall, that's not an easy road to drive down on. You gotta, it's muddy, it's nasty, it's a very bumpy road. You might lose some people along the way, but when you stand in front of it and you see a fucking waterfall with gold coming down, it's like you see a leprechaun over there. It's a fucking unicorn over that point. It's a whale ross over there. It's like Jesus Christ. It's like I didn't even know that this place existed. Like I didn't even know that in myself. But you need to get on that four-wheeler and drive down that dirty road, and you're gonna end up there. I'm certain. I'm certain. But Sebastian, I don't want to be extraordinary. I just want to be normal. I just want to lose a few pounds. I don't want to be extraordinary. I just want to lose a few pounds. But I don't believe that. Like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that you might tell yourself that just now. You might tell yourself that right now. But I see greatness inside of you, champ. I see greatness inside of you. I see a super mom that's been walking a way longer path than she might giving herself credit to. I see a grandmother that is taking on way more responsibility than the average grandmother is doing. She plays a way more important role than she thinks. I see somebody who's been through some shit that if other people would walk in her shoes, many of them wouldn't survive that. So when I'm talking about greatness, I'm not talking about you gotta look like that guy, you gotta perform at that level, you gotta do that thing. I'm talking about the things that you know that you do. Be great at what you do. That's what I said earlier. Be very clearly what you do. I saw a very beautiful dog there, Jahira. I'm sorry. I was ranting, so I couldn't stop my rant, but it's very beautiful. Alright, familia, we're soon finished. Last thing in things I do to stay consistent in my action is that I invest in GPS. I invested in a GPS frequently. I think I fucked up the way of saying that, but I think you got the point. Like, invest in a GPS, invest in mentorship, invest in yourself. Don't even see it as investing in mentorship. See it as investing in yourself. Getting a mentor is buying knowledge on a discount. Getting a mentor is buying knowledge on a discount. Yeah, but it's so expensive. It's so expensive. Like, I don't want to spend this money on myself. It's so expensive. Compared to what? It's expensive compared to what? What are you comparing it with? Is mentorship or accountability partners expensive compared to this lighter? Yeah? But what is more expensive? The amount of time you're wasting not living up to your fullest potential, or what is like, it's so hard to be disciplined, it's so hard to train. What is more hard? Suffer for 10-15 minutes, or carry around a belt that weighs 5 to 10 or 15 pounds extra for the rest of your life? Tell me what's the hardest. Tell me what's the hardest. Because when you lose track, when you're out detouring in your car because you're lost, because you didn't pay attention to the road that you were going through, you didn't pay attention on the road that you were going down on, a GPS gets you back. That's what a GPS does. It tells you, yo, stupid, you don't take a right. Take the third right in the roundabout and then drive down the same road to get your ass back on the highway. You're lost. That's what a GPS do. Alright? Let me see the comments. What do I got in comments here? If anybody have any questions, shoot them in the chat right now. If you don't feel like sharing the questions in the chat, and you want to get more understanding of what am I talking about? Like, is this really for me? I'm gonna post a link right now. You get on a call with me or one in my team. Get on a call with me and one team. It's a free call. We're not gonna, come up with some crazy ideas during, but we can, let's get some clarity. Let's get some clarity up in this. If you're already part of my inner circle students, don't book this. We are talking weekly. You know what I mean? Connect with me in the app. Connect with me in the app. But there is ways, champ. I tell you right now. There's ways for you. You do not need to stay where you are. There's ways for you to elevate. And let's do it together. And that's the things we're going to talk about in the call. Let me guide you a little bit. And in the next webinar, we're going to, let me just run over that before I answer the questions. In the next webinar, we're going to talk about the actual tools to get you from where you are right now to the road. Like to the promised land. We're going to talk about habit stacking. We're going to talk about temptation building or bundling, sorry. We're going to talk about temptation bundling. I'm going to map out different systems. We're going to map out different routines. And we're going to start talk about increasing and decreasing friction in order for you to get what you want to get. Or get to where you want to go, maybe. Let me see let me see here. I never thought about it this way. But maybe that happened the last 8 weeks. There were so many changes in my life and so many uncertain times in front of me that I get panic and started to eat and stopped training, like when they went back to the old onto something, like wheat old onto something. It happens. It happens. Do you know what I mean? It happens. Life can be overwhelming. Make no mistake about it. Life can be overwhelming. I had this moment the other day. I came out to David. I was sitting alone, just had a moment. I came out to David and my girlfriend, and I told him, I'm like, you guys are aware that the world is still locked down, right? Like, we're all out here, like, fucking around, like, we're all just accepting this shit, but the world just changed. Like, I had that moment, I had that realization. I swear to you, a year has gone by. I'm a professional dancer, right? Like, I haven't social danced in a year plus. That hasn't happened in 13 plus years. That's crazy for me. So your life can be overwhelming. But guess what I did? I took out my GPS, Malika and David, and they just told me, yo, idiot, where are you driving? We're not supposed to drive here. We're driving here. Called one of my coaches. Marlies is saying, what if you lost your fuel and the gas station? Then we got to figure out. What fuels you. We got to figure out we got to figure out how to use whatever you're going through right now, because we're all going through some shit. How can we use whatever is happening and use that as a source of fuel in order to shove you to where you want to go? Start building it up from scratch. It's exactly what David is saying. Use the dark side, exactly. Being stressed can make things harder and you lose sight of things, exactly. But what do we do then? We just stop, contemplate what we're doing, and use that to move forward. Again, if guys, if I'm serious with the link that I posted, Marilis, I think that's how you say your name. I apologize if I mess it up. But Marilis, let's get on a call. I would love to talk that over with you. I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people that I don't see faces on, but Raggedy, Marilis, Daniela, Ney, Celine, Lara, Susie, Carol, Buruku, like we here. Samra, what's happening? Kamran, D, M. Perez, Andrea, Mon, what's happening? We're chilling with you. Celine, what's good? We're right here with you. Alright? All of you guys. Even I know sometimes we want to stay in our safe zone, but I'm letting you know the movement is here for you. So if there's anything we can do, or anybody who's already video on, you know what I mean? You know what we do. We can help people go forward, get to that next level. Let's get on a call. Let's get on a call and see where we can navigate, push forward together. Do we have any questions about the road to consistency? The next webinar will be 2 weeks from now. And it will be about the tools to actually stay consistent, the tools I'm using myself, and get inside of the community platform. I see so many faces right now that are not inside of the community platform. Get in there, Julia. Alright? I see you. It's okay. It's okay. I forgive you. But get inside of that platform. Let me see what we're saying here. I like how you say that we need to know that we will fall off, and that we need to get our that we need to go to our own resources. GPS Energizer. There is a post linked here. Join the community. It's a free platform. We have a community platform where we can engage with each other. I post daily content in there, and we do have a training platform also. Right? But the community platform is for free. It's free of charge. And if we don't have any questions, familia, I'm gonna leave you. But before I take out my phone and I do all of that by dances for dances, as I always do, I just want to take a moment. Where's the camera? It's there, so you guys can actually see me. Thank you. Thank you for joining me in this. You have no idea how much it means to me. I'm here every second week now. It was every week before. I've been doing this for the last 5 years. It's going up to 6 years I've been doing this shit. I love it, but it's a fuckload of work. But thanks to you guys, it's all worth it. I live on this. This is actually how I make a living. So I want to say thank you that you are allowing me to live not only my passion, but I also get to live my purpose. And I couldn't do this without you. So thank you so much for being part of everything. And I mean it, truly. Like, it's not fucking around. Like, you know, I can't say it in a different way. Like, I'm honestly love my life. And I wouldn't do this shit if you guys wasn't here. So thank you a lot for letting me do these things. It gets me emotional, all right? Enough of this. I'm Coach Sebastian. I'm joking. Alright, familia. I'm gonna, everybody, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Whoop, whoop. It was okay? It was okay today? Yeah?
Yes.
Perfect. I wasn't sure that everybody would catch the car thing I was going with. When I was writing it, I felt I pushed it a little bit too far. But then when I said it's like, is this too far? I said like, it's probably too far. So let me go a little bit further. That that was my that was the way I went with it. So familia, I'm gonna say by dancers. You're gonna say for dancers, and I'm gonna put this on my social media. And feel free, everybody, right now. Let's do this. Everybody, take a photo. Let's take a photo and upload it on our social media. Everybody together, so we can actually get some spread on this. Everybody, we can record at the same time. That would be something. Let's record at the same time, shall we? We never do that. Never done that shit before. Let's try it. I'm gonna say by dancers. You're gonna say for dancers, and here we go. Alright, familia, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for being here. You know where I'm standing on this. I love you guys to death. And yeah, remember as always, bye dancers. Yes, ciao everybody, take care. Bye. Yo, peace out, see you very soon. Thank you for being here, I love you. Ciao.